Hey, what's going on,
Hey
everybody?
guys, welcome back, Kevin.
Joe. So excited. I
Yeah,
cut you off there.
we've no, you're good. No, it's right though. For a week we've been talking about really wanting to do this. Talked about it for a while, and we're finally going to watch 1971's Duel.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing movies on the channel for a while now.
And what movies to do, of course.
Yeah, movies that we haven't seen.
Right, of
We
course.
are movie guys,
Right.
and every movie fan has a few movies that are big that you kind of just missed. It's a blind spot.
Oh, we have plenty. Trust me, there are
Yeah.
a billion movies out there. We've missed a plenty, and this is one of them.
And Spielberg, kind of relevant right now because of The Fablemans just came out last year,
Right.
and I have yet to see The Fablemans. I've heard nothing but good things.
I haven't
about
seen
it.
it either.
Um,
But basically, what the legend of Duel is kind of the exciting thing about
Yeah.
it for us. ABC was the worst studio in the late '60s and early '70s. Right,
For
nobody
TV.
nobody cared about them, and they were broke. They couldn't afford to buy movies from studios to show.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, screw it, we'll just start making our own movies.
Yeah.
And they just started kicking out the ABC movie of the week for Sunday nights,
Uh-huh.
so a family could stay home and watch them. And they were all low budget. They were usually really schlocky, but every once in a while they crushed one. And the two most popular ones that they really nailed, obviously, Brian's Song, right? With,
Haven't seen that one either, but yeah,
I've seen
James
it, but James Caan and
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams. And I've not seen it either, but I know of it and what it's about and everything. And then Duel.
Yeah. I think. You ever seen Rich Man, Poor Man?
No.
Nick Nolte?
Nope, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I think that was one too. But still, yeah, those two.
Those two are the biggest hits.
They talk about
right.
those movies like they were like theater films.
Well, I think Duel later got a theatrical release after it became
really?
clear that it was a mega hit. Yeah.
Makes sense. Spielberg
Right.
went on to be like one of the most prolific directors of all time. So.
Right. Yeah, and then, obviously that's Spielberg is why that is at least given the credit for why this ended up being such a good movie with a nothing budget and a really streamlined, I guess, storyline.
And he is super young when he made this too.
Yeah, early 20s, right?
Young. Yeah, I remember reading recently on Peacock they just put Columbo on there, and when the Fablemans was coming out, they were like, Spielberg directed this episode of Columbo. He helped develop the show Columbo at like 22 years old.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's insane.
He has accomplished a lot more than I have.
Like I said, Spielberg. I've seen a lot of his films. There's
Sure.
a lot that I have not seen.
Me too. I've not seen everything of Spielberg's, but I've seen several.
I really love his early work, which is ironic that I haven't seen Duel. But I love Jaws. Raiders is a big one for me. And his work in the '90s too was big when I was a kid. I love Jurassic Park.
You got Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List. Yeah, he was crushing it just through the '90s. I even kind of
like The Lost World. I know it's.
I didn't. Really
I know it's not
everyone's
cup of tea, but I enjoy it. But no, I'm looking forward to this. It seems like a simple plot. From what I've heard, it's kind of like Jaws as far as it being like suspenseful.
I don't know what the plot of this movie is.
I know it involves a car and a truck.
A car and a truck, and that's all I know about it too. Yeah. I don't know any of the cast. I don't know. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing else about it other than the fact that, again, like the legend of it, a made-for-TV movie that was surprisingly good, and it really helped Spielberg get the gig to do Jaws, like because of the parallels between the two.
This is my favorite era of movies too.
Sure.
Late '60s, early '70s. Yeah. Car movies. I mean, like Bullet's fantastic.
Right.
French Connection's got an amazing car chase. The 7-Ups. So I'm excited. I want to see this.
Yeah, I've been wanting to for a while. I think the only reason I haven't watched it myself is I don't think it's ever been anywhere you can stream.
No.
Like just to watch it for free on a streaming service.
We're renting this.
We're renting it, yeah.
But as far when we Googled it to rent it, I think you can find it most places like to buy or to rent, so it's easy to find.
Right.
You just gotta pay a little.
You gotta pay a couple bucks for it. Throw out a few shekels like we did.
But I'm surprised they didn't put it on streaming, especially because he's had Spielberg still works.
Spielberg has had a lot of movies on streaming.
Yeah, but also he's got movies coming out, so like you would think in anticipation of the next film.
Yeah, like they do like a lot of them. Like see all the prequels,
like a collection or something.
Yeah, watch all the John Wick movies before you see number 4.
So
anyway. All right, guys. Well, we've talked enough about our lead into this. We are incredibly stoked to watch this. What's your favorite Spielberg movie, by the way?
Dang, Jaws.
That's a big Jaws or Saving Private Ryan, probably for me.
I love Raiders too.
Oh God, how did I forget Raiders? Yeah,
Raiders is incredible.
Raiders is incredible.
Real quick, we're gonna digress a little bit. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, Steven Soderbergh. Soderbergh,
yeah.
Soderbergh. He has his own website for movies and stuff. Mm-hmm. He proved that movie is so good you can watch it without sound. He did a black and white version of it with no sound, and he put the Social Network score behind it, and it's still incredible.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think it's just the first sequence.
Sure,
but still, it's amazing.
Worth it.
Yeah,
that's amazing. It is. Raiders is an amazing film. God, Spielberg's got such a collection.
He does.
And he's got some movies that I'm like, all right, Steve. It's the nicest weather Earth has ever had.
Yes, I love it. This is my favorite old school intro. The Universal logo.
The old Universal logo with the globe.
It.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be amazing? You sit down with your family and watch another crap movie of the week because it's free and you get just like an amazing movie.
Yeah, I'm sure many people back in the day experienced that.
Oh, right, exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
It's really cool. Nice POV on the camera car. I love it when films have a personality, like when the camera really shines through.
I'm guessing this is not going to be an amazing car. You know why? Because the first car they showed was that Charger sitting on the side. I was like, I wonder if the irony is that this guy's like driving a piece of crap
like
car.
A V-dub, like
yeah, exactly.
I know, like nowadays, like people are like wowed by explosions and CG.
Like The Thing, I could watch The Thing every day.
That's one of my all-time favorites. Also, a Universal film.
Yep.
Dennis Weaver, kind of a famous Western star.
Yeah, he's a Western guy, right?
I like the lack of music.
Yeah.
Just the radio.
Yeah, actually.
I wonder if Tarantino is a fan of this movie, because this isn't completely like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it has a similar vibe.
It does, doesn't it?
A little bit.
At least at this moment, yeah.
Like the pulling out of the driveway, like
yeah.
This composition's amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to answer my question?
And Tots would be amazing.
Right.
It's a big clown car.
Right.
And things like that.
Okay, this is shot really well.
Yeah. First reveal of the main character, and it's just through his rearview mirror.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're finally inside the car now.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That looks healthy and clean.
Right, yeah. No pollution.
Yeah. The secret to passing is not to get right up behind and try to see. You stay back so you can see around it. Yeah. Way better than Stephen King did with Maximum Overdrive with the demon head on the front of the truck. Crap. Oh, such a bad movie.
It was the Joker on the front of the truck.
It was, wasn't it? Something like that. It was terrible.
What a jerk.
Yeah. So is that how this movie starts? These two just get mad at each other for passing each other?
Is that...
And we get in a road rage?
That's cool.
I think so. I like the fact that it's a really soft motivation.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've upset the man.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Dude, I'd be keeping an eye on the rear view.
Yeah.
I don't trust that guy.
That's cool.
Oh, I like how he came in the frame there.
Yeah.
Get the Jaws thing out of that, like because we didn't see the shark from the movie. Yeah.
I mean, I think you could have at least said something to the man last night.
Oh, so she's mad that he's not a man.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, and he's coming on
he's
hard.
He's booking it, man. It's really good, too. It keeps the pace moving along.
Oh.
No.
We're playing one of these games.
Boy, you're beautiful. I don't believe it.
I love that, like, the breakdown of social norms in situations like this, what really gets people.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to pass you. You should. You're not. You are in a situation and are in denial about it right now.
Something is happening.
Something is happening.
Yeah, there it goes. That's menacing. Look at that Dutch angle.
Like the switching of the volume there. The idea that he like keeps forgetting about him after he gets done, like he thinks it's over.
It's not over. I'd be so concerned.
I would too. I'd be panicking the entire way the rest of the way.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yep, I was waiting for
there
that.
it is. Yep. Stop.
Yep, saw that coming. Hit that fence.
Oh, my neck.
You got a whiplash, probably.
Yeah, it's all right.
Anything I can do for you?
Point me to the nearest place that sells guns, please.
Yeah.
I'll use your men's room, please.
Yeah, through the door on the right.
Right. Just ask. Who drove in that damn truck?
Yeah. This is a little Hitchcockian, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give me a cheese sandwich, Swiss cheese on rye, R-Y-E.
Swiss cheese on sure.
It's the worst order ever.
The worst
Cheese
sandwich.
sandwich?
Cheese sandwich.
Oh, your headaches.
Yeah.
The music really helps.
Oh, this is pure Hitchcock. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Give him a ham sandwich, please.
I'll pay for the ham.
I'll pay for that. That's a dope shot. That's awesome.
It is. That was a really cool shot.
He's got some souped up diesel. My car's just not that powerful. I just
Metaphor.
Idiot.
Yeah.
I want you to cut it out.
What?
Oh, this poor guy.
Yeah.
Why don't you get out of here, huh?
Yeah. He wasn't even in the diner.
Wow. Now you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back to the murder rampage. Dude, why not go back in, eat another sandwich, or do anything else and let that guy get farther down the road?
I still think calling the cops would be the
Well, yeah, that would be the smart thing to do at some point.
Yeah. That poor farmer's going to show up and be like,
Oh my
what
God.
happened to my fence?
Right, yeah, sure.
Well, I could use a push. Damn thing overheated on me, and I stopped to let it cool off. Now I can't get her started.
There you go.
Yeah,
now you're
the
stuck.
bumper. Now you're screwed.
Mr. Pfeiffer, that guy's stuck too.
This reminds me of Jaws.
Yeah, this is definitely a horror movie reveal, wasn't it?
Very slowly lurking.
Oh, that was cool.
That's cool, yeah.
And the floodlights on there.
Nice.
So much for not getting
right.
the hood. Nope.
I try to beat the train.
Seriously.
Pulls up on you. All right, cheese sandwich. Let's see what you got.
Now you're gonna call the police?
I'd say it's time.
Have you got a telephone?
Out and back.
This way?
Something for your car?
On one.
I'd like to report a truck driver that's been endangering my life.
There you go.
In that case, I'll have to give you the police, sir.
Oh my
Get
God!
out of the booth! Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's snakes in there, buddy. Go!
Oh my God.
Go!
I don't know that driving off is a thing I would do.
No.
Yeah, hiding so he can't see him. We'll go by.
I'm not budging for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe the police will pull you in by then.
There are alternate
Back
highways.
roads.
Back roaded.
There's a
Yeah,
town right
exactly.
there.
Right, exactly. He's waiting for him somewhere, isn't he?
Got it.
Yep. Oh my God.
That's cool. You ever seen the Kurt Russell movie Breakdown?
Yeah.
I wonder if that was inspired by this,
It has to be.
right?
This is so much better than Breakdown, though.
Yeah, it is. Don't get these
My
poor old
grandparents,
folks,
yeah.
Don't get them involved.
Stop at the nearest telephone you come to and call the police.
Police?
Yeah, you see that truck?
Mister, we don't want any trouble.
Just to let them not to involve other cars.
Yeah.
Let's tell them to go so they can keep playing. Now he's settled in. Now he's like, let's do it. Now he knows.
You can't beat me on the grade! Radiator hose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are burning up your car, man.
Where's his son?
Oh! Dude, get out of the car and get up the mountain.
I started thinking about getting home.
Yeah, I was like, are you going to make it home alive at all?
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a good idea.
Right?
This is a good idea.
Finally abandoning the car. Maybe you can kill the guy, too.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's...
It's real. Did they really did that with the car and truck here, the way that looks?
I don't know. Just take an old junker and just put a nice frame on it.
Yeah.
Go to town.
Oh.
Some blood in there. Maybe
He
he
is
is in the
dead.
truck.
It's a cool way to do it without showing the driver still.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a great shot.
There's Steven for you.
Well, that's it.
He wins.
Yeah, I guess. That's kind of a dark ending.
Right?
Wow.
Okay. I was with you on the truck door.
Yeah.
I just read it. The reason the truck door's open is the stunt driver drove it off the cliff and bailed right
Okay.
before it went over.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So the driver was in the car then.
Gotcha.
That's why I was on my phone, guys. We're not bad phone people when watching
No,
these
no.
movies. I really wanted to know. I was confused about the door being driver's side
Yeah,
door
yeah.
being open too if he jumped. The idea, but nope. That was where the
I
stuntman jumped out.
I love that final shot
That was
too,
great.
of just him in the sun, just sitting there, just kind of a dark ending. I mean, like, I don't want to say it left a lot of things unresolved because I feel like the ending is
No,
kind of perfect, but
Yeah.
it just you had a lot about him being like emasculated, like in front of his wife.
Yeah, that was him standing up for himself. That last moment.
And he
Yeah.
just gets to reflect in the sun just by
Yeah.
himself. That's simple ending.
I got in a fight with a superior force and I won. You know,
Took a lot,
took a lot.
but I won.
He won.
Dang it.
I love the fact that not only do we never see or hear from the driver that's fighting with him, you never really know what set him off. You know
Doesn't
what I mean?
matter.
Guy tried to kill
Yeah.
me on the highway. Why? I don't know.
Don't
But
know.
the guy spent a day trying to kill me on the highway.
Yeah, you think your day was bad,
Right? That was great.
That was an awesome movie.
It was tense, right? It was shot really well.
Pure Hitchcock.
Right.
Pure Hitchcock.
The energy was high, but the script was really simple.
If Hitchcock was Spielberg's age when he made this movie, or if he was a younger man in the 70s, he for sure be doing stuff like this. I feel like
Right.
Tarantino said it best. Hitchcock was pretty much restricted by his time.
You're right.
They had the Morse code, or they had some kind of code in the 50s, part of the 60s, where like you couldn't put certain things in film.
Right.
So you had to get really creative. You can't show explicit violence or sex or whatever. And this didn't have that either, but it did feel like a tip of the hat. It was
Sure.
super high adrenaline.
Oh, completely. That was incredibly tense and incredibly high adrenaline.
And they say that the modern movie kind of comes from the 70s. As far as pacing goes, this was very well paced. I know for a lot of kids, if you guys were watching this, I said earlier, let me know what you think about this, because I know this is probably slower paced than most films are today.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're in the Marvel movie universe,
Yeah.
the Disney universe now. Of course, that's going to feel slower paced.
But I mean, for the 1970s, I bet this was just breakneck.
Yeah,
speed,
that's
you
true.
know?
That's
just
true.
moving along, and honestly, like, you need a minute to breathe.
Right.
That's where suspense. That's where tension. That's where drama happens. Is when you have a minute. You take a minute. It's not just bam, 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 bam. Which, to some regard, this is that.
Right.
But it's done differently.
Yeah.
It's patient. It's a patient film that kind of at the end of it, this goes off the rails.
Yeah, it does.
And in a good way.
Right.
And also with Spielberg, I mean, I said earlier in the episode that I like his older stuff more.
Sure.
I definitely do. Not to say that he's a bad director. He hasn't lost his touch at all for him being,
West Side Story was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was a remake, too. You know, and he still has a very creative imagination and like very expressive with the camera. I do think he gets a little more into the sentimental territory. I mean, he's always kind of been that way. Jaws has a bit of that. But his earlier films do have that darker, sinister edge.
Right.
This is one of his more darker films.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I mean, like if you look at Raiders is a pretty dark film.
Yeah.
Ends with Nazis having their face melted.
Yeah,
you know?
he ostensibly is making horror movies early on.
Sort of. Yeah.
This and Jaws and
even his like kids movie, like Temple of Doom, kind of has a horror vibe to it.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's responsible for getting the PG-13 made.
Right.
Like we said earlier, in the 70s, it was GPGR. Spielberg, I think it was after Poltergeist, Raiders, and Temple of Doom was really set it off, is that he worked with MPAA to get the PG-13 made.
Right. We need a middle ground here.
Yeah. Guess the first PG-13 movie was?
Wasn't it, Red Dawn?
It was Red Dawn.
Yeah, I thought so.
Thanks, Spielberg.
Yeah, right.
I love Red Dawn. But no, I mean, Munich is a pretty dark film. That came out in 2005, I guess. But I mean, I like it when he leans into that mature tone. And it's great. He's a master. He can do it all. He really can.
Right. No, he's fantastic. He covers a wide range of styles and types of movies in his career.
Yeah. Outside of the hits, though, what's one of your favorite Spielbergs?
Outside the hits, I really like Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Outside the hits, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's kind of him breaking convention too a little bit. You know,
absolutely.
That feels like something more like almost like a Scorsese movie.
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
But still, his camera work. Nobody working today. I don't want to say this, but Spielberg might be the best with the camera.
Sure.
Scorsese has his moments. I mean, look at the tracking shots in Goodfellas. And
Fincher's got some obviously really good camera work too.
Fincher's also really good. I don't know if Spielberg is working exclusively with digital now. I'm assuming he is. I know Scorsese made the change. Fincher obviously is a huge advocate for digital film filmmaking. But there's something about the grainy look and the way that the film captures light that I just love about film.
I know. That's why I like Nolan's movies so much.
Nolan shoots on film. Tarantino shoots on film. I'm sure there's others, but those are the two big advocates of it. But I mean, not to sit here and knock digital photography. We talked about this in the last episode.
Yeah, there's different strokes for different folks, right? There's great work that's being done in all mediums.
As long as you're pushing the medium, if you're pushing boundaries, if you're constantly innovating, that's what we like to see. Yeah. And this felt that way.
Yeah, like I said when we got into it, man, I bet sitting with your family on a Sunday night to watch the Sunday night movie of the week, which is usually something corny, and getting something like that must have been like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Dad's like, all right, time for bed.
Yeah, right, get school in the morning. I've got to work.
Meanwhile, you have like that existential ending where he's just sitting there just pondering life, just throwing rocks, like I almost died.
Yeah, exactly.
Blowing some kid's mind.
Really great movie, guys. Thanks for watching with us.
We'll see you in the next one.